Hello, my name is Crystal. Welcome to TM Works Screen Printing and Embroidery. We are excited about our new employees and look forward to all the great things we will accomplish together. Today we will begin your training to help ensure your success and optimize your potential for growth in our organization. Your next video will review how to use the time clock, break times, and how the pay periods work. All hourly employees will use a time clock to keep track of their daily and weekly hours. Each employee will have a time card with their name on the card that will be used to enter and exit the time clock throughout the day, in the morning and during lunch, and the last time you leave for the afternoon. Try to report to work at least 5 to 10 minutes before your shift starts so you have time to go to the bathroom and put your lunch in the break room. You should only clock in for work when you are ready to start working. We are paid twice a month, on the 15th and the last day of the month. The pay period for the first pay period of the month begins on the 11th and ends on the 25th. The pay period for the 15th begins on the 26th and ends on the 10th. Regular hours and overtime hours are calculated based on when your pay period begins and ends. All hours over 40 hours are paid at the overtime rate of time and a half. Here are some other guidelines and rules to remember regarding your time clock and break times. You should never ask another coworker to use your time card for you. Please do not take your time card home with you. You cannot work through your lunch without prior approval from your supervisor. You are also not allowed to abuse the time clock. The time clock rounds to 15 minutes when you punch in 7 minutes or later. Here's an example of how an employee is taking advantage of the time clock and company. David, who came in 7 minutes or more late in the morning, at 7:07 a.m., may try and wait to punch out at 4:15 to recapture the 7 minutes lost in the morning, even though his shift ends at 4 p.m. David is stealing time from the company when all David had to do was just get to work on time at 7 a.m. David should not be staying after the end of his shift unless asked to by his supervisor. This behavior could lead to a suspension without pay or employee termination. Now let's discuss your break times. All production employees will have a paid 15-minute morning break and another 15-minute afternoon break. Your break times may change without notice based on department deadlines or rush orders. It's important that you do not leave early or come back late from your breaks. You should be back at your workstation, ready to start working at the 15-minute mark. Bathroom breaks are expected, but you should try and go to the bathroom during your break times or lunch times. Excessive bathroom breaks or excessive time in the bathroom are not allowed unless you have a medical excuse from a doctor. Now we will discuss lunch times. Lunch time for all production employees is 30 minutes. We have to break rooms in the building that have multiple microwaves, refrigerators, and an ice machine where you can eat lunch. We also have a second break area outside on the patio. After you eat, you are responsible to clean up after yourself. Please wipe the table and throw away your trash so we can keep the break room clean and sanitary. Food and trash left behind will attract roaches overnight. Lunch times are subject to change as well, depending on rush orders and customer deadlines. You may be asked to work through your normal lunch time and take a later lunch. At the end of the week, we ask that you take all your old food out of the refrigerators so it does not spoil. Any food left in the refrigerator after 5 p.m. on Friday may be thrown away.
Hello, it's Crystal again. I would like to now share some important information about TM Works safety policies and guidelines. Please pay close attention as we discuss tips and safety procedures that will keep you safe. It's time to get serious about safety. Distractions at work can be deadly. We are operating industrial equipment that could result in serious injury or loss of life. That's why it is critical that you follow these safety procedures. Earbuds and headphones are not allowed in the building. Research has shown an increased level of distraction and risk of injury for employees wearing earbuds or headphones. We have loud equipment, and it is important that you are able to hear instructions and/or verbal safety warnings from coworkers or your supervisors. We also have a strict footwear policy in the production areas that does not allow Crocs, open-toed shoes, or sandals of any kind. Cell phones are only allowed during your scheduled break times and lunch times. Cell phones should be kept in your pocket or purse at all times while you are working. If you have an emergency, Please tell your manager and you can get permission to punch out and make a phone call from the break room. Do not use the bathroom to keep up with personal texts, or you may be asked to leave your cell phone in your car. There is also no vaping or smoking allowed in the building. Our next safety topic is electrical safety. Here at TM Works we have many different types of production equipment and accessories that are running on electricity. Here are some safety tips to keep you safe at work. Please report any plug receptacles with loose, burned or exposed wiring to your supervisor and the maintenance department. Do not stand in liquid or water while touching electrical outlets or cords. Report standing water to your supervisor. Do not touch plug receptacles with wet hands as water conducts electricity. Do not try and fix electrical issues yourself. Keep all objects at least 3 feet from electrical breakers and transformers. Our next safety topic will be press safety. TM Works has 10 automatic screen printing presses in the screen printing department. All of our machines have safety features to help keep you safe, but your respect for the equipment will be your best safety strategy. Our next safety topic will be press safety. TM Works has 10 automatic screen printing presses in the screen printing department. All of our machines have safety features to help keep you safe, but your respect for the equipment will keep you safer than anything else. All machines are fitted with yellow safety cords that are linked between each print head. To stop the machine or keep the machine from indexing, you must disconnect the yellow safety cords. The yellow safety cords are attached with magnets so you can break the connection with one hand. There is also a red emergency stop button on the main control panel of the press that when pushed will stop all press operation. The emergency stop button should be engaged or yellow cord should be disconnected if you are going to get between the pallets or print heads. Here are some general safety tips to keep you safe around the machines. Never stick your hands in the screens to move the inks or make adjustments unless the press is stopped and the heads are not moving. Always keep your hands, hips and torso away from the moving pallets, as this is the most common injury. There is a safety bar in front of the on-loading and off-loading station. Please be cautious when loading and offloading shirts so that you know how far the pallets are sticking out so you can avoid being struck by a pallet. At TM Works we have 2 forklifts that are in use throughout the day in the shipping and receiving areas. If you are approaching a forklift that is in service, you should stop and make sure the forklift operator makes eye contact with you. You should always wait for the forklift to pass, or you can continue your path only if the forklift operator stops to let you pass. All employees should stay off their cell phones when walking in the facility so that they can stay alert and be able to see and hear the forklifts approaching. If you are a forklift operator, you must watch out for pedestrians and drive at a reduced speed so you stop the forklift for pedestrians and/or unexpected obstacles. You should pay close attention and reduce your speed when approaching high traffic areas, doorways and corners where your vision may be obstructed. Forklift operators should always run their flashing safety lights for visual cues and honk the horn often to warn pedestrians you are approaching.
PTO stands for personal time off. Personal time off is accrued, which means you build the time off as you work through the year. A new employee starts with 9 days or 72 hours of personal time off for their first year. So if you divide 72 hours by 12 months, you are earning 6 hours of time off each month as a new employee. By the way, did you know that you can earn more time off the longer you work at TM Works? Be sure to read your employee handbook on page 8 to learn more. PTO is to be used for planned time off as well as sick time. Any time you are missing work during your regular daily or weekly schedule is considered personal time off. If you run out of time off or choose not to use your PTO, you must still submit a time off form for the hours or days you missed. All time off forms must be submitted before the pay period ends. If you choose not to use personal time off because you are saving it for a vacation in the future, that is fine. However, if you are only allowed 9 days time off in a year and you take 15 days in a year, your supervisor may write you up for excessive days missed. You should try and not exceed your approved yearly time off, paid or unpaid. When requesting time off, you should always give as much notice as possible so your supervisor can coordinate who will do your job when you are out. Vacation requests of a week or more should be submitted at least 30 days in advance. Early vacation time requests with more notice are prioritized and approved quicker than last-minute vacation requests. Here's an example. Maria turned in her Christmas vacation request in October, 3 months before her scheduled time off, but David likes to procrastinate and waited until December, 2 weeks before Christmas, and his vacation was denied. David's vacation was denied because we had 15 other employees out for Christmas on the same dates he requested, and David waited too long to request his time off. Vacations are typically limited to only 5 or 6 workdays because filling your position for longer may be difficult for longer than a week at a time if the company is busy or if we are short-handed. Vacation requests up to 2 weeks may not get approved as often, and especially if you're requesting more than a week during our busy times. Any PTO rush requests that are 5 days or less need to be approved by your supervisor before they are submitted. All other PTO requests with more than 5 days can be submitted without approval. Once you have submitted your PTO request for approval, your supervisor will check the schedule and make sure we don't have multiple employees off on the same day you are requesting off. We may ask you to pick a different day off if we have multiple employees with the same or similar job position off on the same day you have requested. Thank you for all your hard work and dedication to TM Works. We hope you enjoy your time off. Please be responsible and make sure your work is caught up before you leave for vacation. In this section, we will discuss the best way to handle your sick days and other unexpected absences. At TM Works, we understand that sometimes employees get sick and may need to stay home or schedule a visit with a doctor. Your health and wellness is important to us and essential to your and the company's success. When you need to call in sick, you must call your supervisor on their cell or office line. If you start at 7 a.m., you should call at least 15 to 30 minutes before your shift starts. Calling is always better than texting, but texting is acceptable. Please give a reason why you are missing work and give us an idea if you think you will be coming in later or back to work the next day. If you plan on coming in later, please offer a rough time frame when we can expect you. If you need to go to the doctor, you will be asked to bring a doctor's note for the days you missed. In extreme cases, we may require a doctor's note releasing you to come back to work, listing any work restrictions. If you do not call in and never show up for work, your employment could be considered as self-terminated. In this video, we will discuss unexcused or unapproved absences. A major part of your success at TM Works is your ability to be dependable. When you miss work unexpectedly, it puts a burden on your coworkers and supervisors because they have to do their job and cover for your job responsibilities while you are out. This can also affect our ability to meet customer deadlines, especially if your position and work skills are unique or limited to just a few employees. Here are some common issues that affect us all. Family emergency, personal illness, house issues, and car issues. If you have one of these unexpected emergencies or issues, you may be required to provide proof since it was not approved time off. Doctor's notes, receipts from the mechanic or job tickets, pictures or notes from the school are some examples of what we would need you to submit to help excuse your absence. Excessive unexcused absences could lead to employee write-ups and/or termination. Are you still there? I know these training videos can be a little boring at times. Thank you for paying attention and trying to learn more about the company guidelines that can help you better understand and navigate your success story at TM Works. Our next subject is holiday pay. TM Works recognizes most of the national holidays, such as Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, Memorial Day, Good Friday, Labor Day, and 4th of July. Just a reminder to all new employees that your holiday pay would not be available to use until after your 60-day probationary period is complete. If you call in sick or have an emergency the day before or the day after, or miss work for any reason the day before or after the holiday, you will not be paid for that holiday. The only exception to this policy is if you have prior approved personal time off on the day before or after. Sometimes the company will give you additional days off on holidays that land on Thursdays or Tuesdays. These extra days do not qualify for holiday pay, so you will need to submit a personal time off request, as paid or unpaid, for the extra day. If you have any additional questions about holiday pay, please ask your manager or read page 8 and 9 in the company handbook.